I haven't even told anybody what it is that I want to do. And I'm already blocking myself. I'm already stopping myself. And I'm just examining where in the world this idea of just keeping myself down and keeping myself back is coming from, what I need to do to overcome it. And I hope this is something that you really find helpful. Who do you think you are? This is the question that has very likely been responsible for me not doing a whole heck of a lot in my life. And it is a mistake that I have definitely learned a lesson from. Hey, Rente, it's Denise Renee, and I promised I was going to be back, and I'm back. So I needed a little time to kind of think through all the stuff going on in my head because I was overwhelmed. Just even thinking about how I wanted to show up on this channel and what I wanted to say. And I finally came up with a framework that I'm calling the Learning from Mistakes. What am I calling this? Learning from Mistakes? Lessons Learned. Oh God, what is the name of this daggone podcast? I had a name for it. I have a name for it. Yeah, it's Learning from Mistakes. So I finally came up with a framework for how I want to talk about the various things that I'd like to talk about, and I'm calling it Learning from Mistakes. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of like jump into the topic that I want to talk about here. And then I'm going to, towards the end, tell you a little bit more about what learning from mistakes is all about. So let's get back to that first thing that I asked, which is, who do you think you are? And I have notes that I'm going to be referring to. And I feel like I'm far away here. So, well, I don't know. We're going to get comfortable. I'm going to get comfortable because this is how I normally am on my couch, like on a regular basis. And I still feel like y'all are far. So come on, let's get a little closer. I got to bring the camera and the light. Get a little closer. Now don't be shy. Okay, so, nope, let's go this way. I don't know. Which way do we need to center? This is terrible. Usually I have this like all set up and ready to go. Oh, you know what it is? Usually I'm centered. Usually I'm hanging out over. Okay, I don't know. I can't get comfortable. Okay, we're gonna hang out on this side over here. Okay, so mistake number one I've learned from is let's not sweat the small stuff. And I'm not trying to be perfect all the time. And it's okay. So, who do I think I am? Ooh, that internal question. It has been holding me back for a very long time from doing as much as I may have done and have accomplished. There's so much more I haven't done. And for me, it's personally embarrassing, but I guess it's not publicly embarrassing because, most people don't know about it, but I don't like it. I don't like it. To be very, very frank, I am a very ambitious person. Like, I am always biting off way more than I can chew. And sometimes, I stress my own self out, literally. But on the other hand, there's just so many things I want to accomplish. And right now, in this era of my life, the thing that I really want to accomplish the most is really growing an audience for my business brand as well as for my personal brand. So I know that one of the things it's going to take is really having a great output of content. And I was thinking the other day of, you know, how I want to move forward with my content strategy on my business channel, which is writingwithdeniserenee.com, as well as on this one. And this is my personal branding channel, channel where I kind of like let my hair down. Okay, yes, I know I don't have that much hair. I cut it off all the time. But still, like I just want this to be the space where I just kind of am a bit more, not that I'm not being authentic on my other channel, but just being a bit more personable, a bit more raw. Because baby, if you know me, then you know. um, so I was thinking about, oh, I really want to go to a really aggressive schedule even though I don't really know where I'm going to get all the time to do all this stuff. But I really want to have a very aggressive schedule on my business channel. I literally want to upload every single day. And I heard myself ask myself this question: who do you think you are? And it just made me like pull back because I had to examine it on a multiplicity of levels. Like, number one, who's asking yourself that question? Like, on the one hand, I was thinking of, certain people in my life, family, friends, who, have seen me start things and stop, who have seen me be excited about things and then not follow through. And it was kind of like I'm thinking about, certain people who might have, something to say or just a question to ask. And it can be very innocent, but it can sometimes feel judgmental. And then on the other hand, I really had to be honest with myself and realize that most of this was coming from me. And I'm like, you know, when you think about it, the people in your life that you're thinking might be judgmental of you, they're actually really supportive of you. And they've been, they show it time and time again how supportive of you that they really are. And really, the only person that's been holding you back is you. And I'm like, gosh, why am I projecting my stuff onto somebody else in a conversation that hasn't even happened? I haven't even told anybody what it is that I want to do. And I'm already blocking myself. I'm already stopping myself. And that has to stop here and now for me personally. Otherwise, I will never accomplish what it is that I want to accomplish. And having recently turned 50, I feel like I have less time. Very frankly, I have less time, and I'm really starting to feel my mortality than I've had before. And I'm just examining where in the world this idea of just keeping myself down and keeping myself back is coming from, what I need to do to overcome it. And I hope this is something that you really find helpful. So, what this podcast is all about for me and what I'm hoping to deliver for you is just an exploration of lessons learned from mistakes. It's just going to be a really raw and honest conversation about how we can improve and what I'm doing specifically to improve in that particular area and how we can all do it together. So it's going to cover lessons learned in business, lessons learned in career, lessons learned in life, lessons learned in relationships, and all types of relationships. So it could be, with your parents, with your coworkers, with your employees, with your family and friends, not just, a significant other. That's not the only relationship that there is in life. So I'll definitely be covering all those types of topics. Sometimes I might be reacting to something that I've seen on the internet because there are plenty of mistakes to learn from on the internet. There's just one particular topic that has been brewing in my mind for weeks, and it may be I may be jumping on the bandwagon really late at the tail end, and it's not so much to like bash this person, but I really notice some lessons that can definitely be learned for anyone who's building a brand. So that's going to be that's probably going to be my next episode. But sometimes I'm going to come on camera and have on makeup like I do today, and sometimes I may come on camera and I may not have on makeup. Okay. Sometimes it may just be an audio episode. Other times, like I said, it might be a reaction video. Sometimes I could be sharing, like I said, lessons that I've learned personally from personal mistakes that I've made or mistakes that I've observed. And, they're just lessons. I'm just like, ooh, I'm not doing that. This is what I'm going to do instead. So I really am looking forward to this being a dialogue and not just a monologue. So I really do encourage you to just share with me your thoughts in the comments. And I'm going to share with you another mistake that I've made in life too. And this is stemming from the same thing of just like holding myself back. I have no idea. Sometimes it's the things that, you're not even thinking about that help you kind of explode and go to the next level and have an exponential growth in a particular area. I have been struggling for the longest time of knowing that I've wanted to build my personal brand, just me, Denise Renee, outside of what it is that I do as a writer, as an author, as an educator. And that's, my other channel, which is writingwithdeniserenee.com. And I've been so focus on that channel, just like, or on that brand, and just being like, well, this is where I get clients through, et cetera, et cetera. And yet the interesting thing is, between the two channels, the video that has gotten me the most views so far to date, as of the time that I'm recording this, it's what's today? Today's Saturday, May 18th that I'm recording this. I'm going to do my best to put this out in the next couple of days. But to date, the video that has had I've had the most success with on YouTube is the previous video to this one on this channel, where I was talking about an experience, of just feeling very unwanted in a toxic workspace, and how I kind of took that and reclaimed my power and used that fuel to launch my business about 7 or so years ago. I had no idea. And when I first posted it, it had gotten like 100 something views. I was like, oh wow, okay. And then I went back like last week to share the link with another friend for another reason, and it had gotten even more views. I was like, okay. Meanwhile, I'm like, I really got to push, my business brand, business, 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 business. Meanwhile, my personal brand over here, which I'm thinking, there are ways in which I think I would like to monetize my personal brand, but right now I'm not worried about that. I'm just really focused on getting out content and figuring out what my personal brand voice is going to be. But the irony is, who knows? It could be my personal brand that blows up before my business brand, or it could be my getting attention from my personal brand that helps my business. I have no idea what is going to, blow up or give me that boost to my business that I've been looking for. And that's the thing. It's just that, I'm, as a creative person, I have so many different ideas. And I think that, oh, I'm going to focus on this one. And, as long as I'm planting seeds all over the place, you know, I think that is a better approach. That's the lesson that I've learned at 50 years old now, is to be like, you know what? Plant seeds everywhere. Water, put water on everything, because you never know which one is going to get the exponential growth. So my hope in this video, if you've hung out with me thus far to this point, thank you so much. And that to me means that you are getting value out of this. So if you've gotten that far, do me a favor, type the word value in the comments so that I know I'm on the right track and I'm talking to the right person. So my target is to come out with one podcast a week, one video, a week on this channel. I do have ideas for other content, but for right now, because I have such an aggressive schedule that I'm looking to really pursue on my other channel, this channel, my target is just to feed this channel at least one piece of content a week, and it'll be in the form of this podcast. And I think it's a good umbrella topic where I can address a lot of different things. So if you're here for the ride, if this is your vibe, do please subscribe and let me know your thoughts. And you know what? If you have ideas or suggestions for mistakes that you've seen on the internet that you'd like me to comment on, because I will do some reaction videos, let me know down in the comments below. And I will see you guys in the next episode.